Hello everyone, today we are going to learn about global supply chains and why it is an integral part in understanding how goods are made. A global supply chain is basically a supply chain that spans multiple regions and even countries. Usually, a company adopts a global supply chain to reduce costs, increase production, or to improve their responsiveness. All in all, their final goal is to increase profits and bring in more cash for the company and their shareholders. To better understand this concept, let us take the iPhone as an example. It is one of the most widely known smartphones in the whole world. It even has a cult following that will not buy any other phone except the iPhone. Apple, the iPhone's producer, is a trillion-dollar company and is currently one of the highest valued companies in the whole world. But even this company cannot hope to produce all of the components needed to create an iPhone in-house. It would just be too expensive and inefficient. In a bid to offer the best quality for the cheapest price, Apple trusts other well-known companies to produce parts for their iPhone. Parts such as OLED screens and processor comes from Samsung and Qualcomm. Its batteries are produced by Sunwoda Electronics, sensors made by Bosch, glass parts made by Corning, and storage made by Toshiba. All those parts are then shipped to China to large factory complexes owned by Foxconn and Pegatron, churning millions of iPhones every week. They assemble these iPhones from a multitude of parts produced by other factories all over the world. They choose to finally assemble the parts here in China due to cheaper labor costs and a more relaxed regulation. These factors help Apple save a whole lot of money since iPhone manufacturing is a labor-intensive process that is not yet replaceable by machines. The relaxed regulation also help Apple skimp on regulatory fees such as those related to environmental checks, worker overtime, and working conditions. In more developed countries, these costs can skyrocket the cost of doing business. Besides that, China also has a decent quality basic infrastructure that can support all kinds of manufacturing needs. China has one of the best port systems in the world, with multiple large-scale ports operating in its industrial zones. These improve the transportation speed and efficiency, thereby boosting productivity and reducing cost. To further reduce costs, China also has an integrated warehousing system in their industrial zones. For Apple, the one used would be in Shenzhen because it is closest to their Foxconn factories, which are located in the same special economic zone. These systems reduce the holding cost of the finished iPhone and their parts. These help in reducing the total cost of Apple's globally manufactured parts. The highly efficient port-to-warehouse integration also enables Apple to ship these assembled iPhones quickly and cheaply to all corners of the world, mainly to their main markets in the US, Europe, and China itself. Finally, China has a unique system of special economic zones, which has special regulations and other incentive schemes to increase the ease of doing business and profitability of the factories. This combination of lower cost, relaxed regulation, and the existence of a great infrastructure system successfully convinced a lot of companies, including Apple, to offshore their factories to China. As we can see, with Apple and their iPhone, a global supply chain is integral in enabling companies to mass produce products, reduce costs, and increase company profits. If Apple were to produce these iPhones locally in California, it would probably cost almost twice as much due to the strict regulations and sky-high labor costs. Apple would also be able to produce nearly as much iPhones due to cost constraint, thereby severely limiting their growth and profit. So there you have it, global supply chain and its importance in 5 minutes.